Have you ever written your code and when you are fixing one bug, there is a new bug arises? So that's the point you need code testing. So let's see what exactly code testing is and why we need it. Actually, everybody tests. It doesn't matter if you're writing the code for testing purpose or not, you test. Suppose you create a form, then you will test by just going to browser. You open the browser, and if you see that form on the browser, you will say, okay, your code you have written for the form is correct. That means you have tested that. If you have a variable, then what you do, maybe if you want that variable to be available after 4 or 5 lines, you will probably do var dump if you are from PHP world, or you will just return that on a function and you will just see on the console maybe that that particular variable has value after 4 line or 5 line or not. So these are, we can say, are manual testing, and humans always make mistakes. So why we write test? Because if you are not writing test, you definitely have bug. And what means bug? Bug means the error or any kind of problem your code will create if you are not writing test for your codes. And it is extremely important. So it will be like, if you have written tests for your code, then your program will work. Otherwise, you have to go to the first point. That means no test, you have a bug. Definitely 100% sure, if you're not writing test, you have the bug. But if you are doing this manually, what will be the result? Fixing one bug will result at least a new bug. And I have written here at least, but most probably you will find that if you fix one thing, it will change 5, 10, 20 things, and you will like, okay, but how this affect that thing? Because you don't remember how things are linked. So that's the important point, because manual testing takes time, lot of time. So that means if you have a big project, if you are testing it manually, retest your entire code is not possible. Manually you cannot, I'm sure you cannot test whole of your software project, whatever it is, manually, because there are so many features, so many modules, so many sections involved, that it will take more time than you have spent on the writing of the code. So what if you have some automatic system which can test on behalf of you? That means you just write your code for the first time, and then everything is taken care by the test. Just run the test and everything is now going to test by your written code. That means a code will test another code. So think about this. Project size and the project cost will highly depend upon the tests. If you have not written any test for your code, then you will see this graph. Size and cost in terms of, that can be money, that can be time, that can be labor or the hard work you have given for your project, and the graph will look like this. So what is happening here, if your project size is small, and remember, you don't have any test for your code, so size is small, the cost is also small, obviously. And if you have not written your test, then it will be fine, because size is small, you can test it manually many times. But as the size of the project will increases, the cost increases. Why? Because, think about this, size of project increases, then you need manual testing because you don't have any test code written. Then if you are testing manually, this means surely it will take some time, and time is money, so money is gone, time is gone, and obviously that take hard work to test. You need someone just go feature by feature to test it, and if there is a bug, then you need to solve it, and again you need to test each and everything. So cost will be maximized. So think about this in another way. What if you have written the test, and what will be the size and cost effects? So again, the graph, size and cost in terms of money, time and labor, and this is the just opposite one. If the size of your project increases, and remember you have written the test, size of the project increases, then cost will decrease, and that's exactly what you want. And cost in terms of money, time, labor, because you have written test one time, then every time whenever you make changes, you just run code, you just run one command, and that will figure out where you have problem, and exact that point you can fix that. No time for testing, everything is taken care by the software or the testing tool you have. And if the size of your project is very small, yes, you can write test, but if it is just a simple blog, why you need a test? But it's better to write a test for even a smaller project, because the projects may get bigger later, so it's better to have a test. For a smaller, the cost will increase, but not this much. I think I have to make it like this. Okay, so I think you get the point. So you will say, Sarthak, I need to write code twice. One for exact code or exact the program I want to write, and second for the code. Yes, you're right, but this reduces the debug time, as I am saying you. For initial purpose, yes, it will take some time, some more time to write a test, but as you progress on your project, it will reduce your debug time. I'm sure, I'm extremely sure. If you write test later, you will proud of yourself. And this actually, the test actually avoid human best job, which is mistake. And see this mistake. And obviously, if you know that your program is not going to break, you will build confidence, and you will say, okay, take this project, take this app, and I'm extremely sure it will not get break because I have written test for these codes. So this is actually why you write test. But how you write test? You always test for known input and output. Just a simple tip, that whenever you're writing a test, just test for known output. Suppose you have a test for multiplication, so 2 multiplied by 2 is 4, you know. Don't do like this, like 21.256 multiplied by 29.555 is what, you don't know that. Yes, otherwise you need to get a calculator. But just make input and output simpler, so that you can test, verify. And next point is that run faster test first and the slower test. You know, sometime if you are dealing with the database, test takes long time. So that test, if a single test taking 3 or 4 seconds, and that test always pass, and you have a bug on the last 50th test, which is just a simple routing problem, you need to wait for all that time, because you know, okay, yeah, this one is good, but it take time. So why not run the fastest test first and the slowest at the last? So these are the simple things to introduce you with the code testing. In the next episode, we will see what is unit testing and why we need that and what exactly it is. And you can find the link in the description for the next video or for the whole series of the testing. We will do PHP unit, and then we will go forward with Laravel testing also, on the browser testing also, and this series will going to be fun. So make sure you subscribe to this channel, and after subscribing, don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you will get the notification every time I upload a new video. Don't forget to like Bitfumes on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. We will meet in the next episode. Till then, goodbye.